What's going on YouTube? Welcome yet again to another review. Today I am going to be reviewing the wonderful 1986 movie Spookies. This is the Vinegar Syndrome release. So I'll show this in an update video because it's fairly new. It's actually the first time I'd seen this movie, so I've heard so much about this movie, how much fun it is. So basically the plot of the movie is you have, I think it's about 9 college people. I don't know if they're friends or if they just happen to kind of meet. You don't really get a sense if they even like each other, to be perfectly honest. So they take like a wrong turn and they end up being in this rundown mansion who looks like it's abandoned. There's nothing in it, and I believe there's 9 of them, about 9, let's call them students. 9 students entered this house, and they're like, the lights are on and everything, which they find very weird since they thought it was an abandoned mansion. And so they proceed to go in, and they're kind of like searching the house, and there's nothing, like no one is in the house, but there's like furniture, the power is on, and it's just a very strange kind of occurrence that these 9 students encounter. So as they're kind of searching the house, one of the 9 students ends up finding this almost like a dagger, and it's a very like kind of like out of this world dagger. So they find this dagger and they kind of like keep it aside or something. As they're searching further into the house, they discovered this board, and it's a very, very weird board. It doesn't look like your typical board game or something like that. It ends up being a possession board. It ends up being a Ouija board. So they flip it around and they notice that this dagger actually belongs on this Ouija board. So they place it on it and start asking a whole bunch of questions like, oh, are we going to be together or whatnot, and gives them kind of answers. And later on, you end up being introduced to this, I guess he's like a caretaker, or he looks like he's undead, and he's got this kind of helper as well. And basically what he wants this helper to do is set up these students so they have a tragic death, and the deaths are actually going to this, I guess, looks like a deceased wife of his in a wedding dress. And apparently every kill that happens in the movie gives her life. So she's in this coffin, and he's sitting around, and he's like, oh, my beautiful wife, you will live again, and so on. And this wolf-looking creature is pretty much helping set up all these deaths of these 9 students in the movie. And there's some really interesting stuff that takes place in it, like the kills are really good, and the practical effects are really good. Creature design is actually one of the top notch. I really enjoyed it. It's like a horror comedy. It's really enjoyable. It's a really good time, and atmospherically it's really cool. Like I said, practical effects are really good in this movie. And yeah, pretty much throughout this movie, you try to find out if his wife is actually gonna come back to life with all these deaths that are happening. I guess their youth or their life is, projected into his deceased wife that looks like she hasn't aged a day since she's passed away or whatever. So, without really spoiling anything, as they take tragic death, some of these students, they all end up actually becoming the dead, and they end up turning into different creatures of their own. And there's a shit ton of creatures and different monsters and different ghouls and things like that actually come to life that throughout this movie. And she actually does come back to life. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, sorry. And she actually wants nothing to do with this guy that has been doing all these horrific things. She actually despises him and wants to off him. But I'm not going to spoil how that end goes. But again, really cool creatures, a lot of cool death scenes, and just a very enjoyable 80s fun slasher comedy, good comic relief in this. And the characters, some of the characters aren't the most enjoyable to like, to be perfectly honest. There's a couple of them that are just very, very annoying that I was just like, I want you to get off first. Like, so some of them I didn't really care for. I really just was more involved into how the creatures looked and the practical effects and just the sheer fun and of this movie. And it was just very enjoyable. Yeah, like I can't say enough great things. If you haven't seen it and you love your 80s, I guess it's almost like a creature feature in the same sense. So just a lot of fun, guys. Check it out. That's 1986 Spookies. This is the Vinegar Syndrome release. Yeah, and I give this movie high praises. I give this movie like 4.5 out of 5. The only thing is that some of the characters aren't the most enjoyable, but stories, it's entertaining. It's got comedy, and yeah, it's just an all around good fun time. So if you love your 80s cheesy flicks, I definitely highly recommend this. Yeah, that's my review on Spookies 1986. Definitely drop a like, drop a comment if you've seen this movie, what you think of it, if you don't like it, if you like it, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. Yeah, I'm very curious to hear what you guys think of this movie if you've seen it. And if you haven't, hopefully this kind of gives you an idea of a new movie to check out. That's just a lot of good cheesy 80s fun. So yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch this review. I appreciate all of you watching, and please like, comment, and until next time, take care, everyone.